Hello Internet, I am JNoch. I'm on my second account, Darth Balls, and I'm going to run through my Day 4 territory battles. We will start in the light side planet of Lothal. We'll start down here in the bottom left Jedi only mission. We are going to use our Jedi Master Luke lead, so we'll leave him there. And I take in Grandmaster Yoda, Padme Obi-Wan, Master Qui-Gon, and we'll just throw in Plo. Let's go straight at one of the scout troopers. Busy using Yoda here to steal the speed up buff. We'll go ahead and call in Plo to get rid of that taunt so we can go back after this guy. I probably do want to go ahead and use the Jedi Master's Luke's granted ability as much as possible. Always calls an assist. Assist calls are really good in this because they give you more stacks of that locked buff. Pass around that speed up. Notice he's got 2 stacks, so that makes him especially dangerous. Definitely would be our prime target even if he wasn't already our prime target. This guy's got 1 stack of it. He is a damage dealer, and normally I'd go after him first, but these scout troopers die so easy, we're just going to go ahead and finish them off. Alright, now we're definitely going to move over here. We'll go ahead and spread around the buffs. And then we'll go after the healer. I'm going to save the ultimate for next wave, I think, because that'll take everyone's abilities off. That'll, I should say, refresh everybody's cooldowns. So I'll take away that defensive buff. One of the nice things about having Plo is he dispels on his basic, so you can call him in to get rid of any of those buffs. Let's finish off with some basics here. So now we can spam whatever abilities we want going in, and then once Jedi Master Luke does his ultimate, it's going to allow everyone to get their abilities off cooldown again. So going to do the ability block. All right. And now we'll go into ultimate, so that's going to reset everyone's cooldowns. So now we have all of our abilities available again, which is going to make it very easy to finish this out. Alright, we'll pass those buffs around. Go after this recon trooper. Normally I'd be going after that scout trooper, but I kind of want to leave his speed up so that Yoda can steal it one more time. Which we'll do right now. Let's go ahead and steal it, even though we got to wait one turn before I can actually spread it around. So now that we've done that, we can go ahead and go after him. And then we'll go after the Imperial officer. Spread that speed up around one last time. And we'll go after the healer. And last but not least, we'll go after the tank. Alright, we'll move on to the upper right mission. Use my Galactic Republic team. Master Kenobi with Padme and General Kenobi and Ahsoka Tano and General Skywalker. You could use Cat here, but in the past, when our Zepho has been more open, I've used Cat with the Rey Ufu team, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep this team as is. I'm going to go ahead and put the invulnerability on General Kenobi so that he can soak up the damage initially. Watch, all three damage dealers have that locked buff, so need to make sure that we get on them and kill them with prejudice before they do the same to us. Get some bonus. Okay, so now we will switch to the other one. He's got 2 stacks now, so he's extra dangerous. Say a regular person, being a tank or the healer, if they get to 3 stacks, I start treating them as a priority target. Definitely don't want one of the damage dealers to get 3 stacks of that. So, and you don't want to ignore it because they can get a stack or 2 really quickly. So, as soon as they get it, you want to make sure you make them priority targets. Get them out. We're going to go after him just because he's easier to kill. And then we'll go back to the recon trooper. Put the healing immunity on him. He's got 2 stacks now, so really need to get him out before he deletes someone. Okay. That's better. So we'll go back after the guy who's got the armor shred, and we'll put damage immunity on General Kenobi so he can soak a few hits for us. I'm actually going to avoid, I don't want to put another armor shred on him. So I just did a basic. We'll go back over here since he now has that locked buff. Not too worried about the tank. Tank's got 2. If he gets a 3rd, we'll definitely make him a priority target. But for right now, I'm just going to maintain my normal kill order. I'm going to put the armor shred on the healer. No one needs healing, so I'm going to save her middle ability. Normally you do want to spam specials in this because it calls assists and gives your team extra stacks of that buff. Get rid of his taunt and then go back to the healer. Alright, so gonna continue just doing the basic, or yeah, with Padme. Actually, probably do the basic with most of these people. Probably try and get an armor shred on him with General Skywalker just to make this go a little faster, but everyone else I think I'm just going to do basics with to preserve their cooldowns. Since we're in a good spot health-wise, and we don't have to worry about him from a damage perspective. Alright, so same as before, we're going to go after the Scout Troopers, but since they're all at low turn meter, I'm not going to start with the invulnerability right off the bat. I'm going to do a jump, and then on his next turn, which I think should still come before theirs, I think then we'll go ahead and... Yeah, it's going to be close, but I think Jedi Master Kenobi's going to get to go before... Yeah, he is. Before these guys. So we'll let him soak up the damage from them. They do a lot of assist calls. So you can see he's got the locked buff. He's got the locked buff. Or not the locked, but the debuff. So we got 2 damage dealers. And then this guy, he's not a damage dealer. He's not a healer tank. So I'll probably kill them, and then I will swing back and take him out most likely. Go ahead and get rid of all of their buffs so that we can go back after Recon Trooper. Gonna save the healing. Recon Trooper is a little tanky. Definitely tankier than the Scout Troopers. Normally I wouldn't bother with him until after the Scout Troopers were dead. I'm actually going to put the armor shred on him, just to help us be able to kill him off. Alright. They only have one more stack before we start the permanent deaths, so we're just going to go ahead and try and finish. Oh. So this is where I want Padme's ability. I need to get her healing in there. Okay, well we can get some bonus protection going. And we'll get the healing going. Alright, so try and finish off there. I'm going to put the invulnerability on him. So now these both have 3 stacks, so they definitely have to become our primary targets. Imperial Officer is more dangerous, but don't sleep on a tank having 3 stacks of that either, because they can do a surprising amount of damage really quickly. He's got damage immunity, so we aren't seeing it right now, but they can get some surprising hits out. Didn't want to waste her mass assist, but I wanted to kill him off, so normally I would go after the healer first, but with him having 3 stacks, we're just going to go to put an armor shred on him and go straight for him. Now I'll do that mass assist. Spam those specials to call more assists. And we might as well put him in damage immunity just to finish this off. And yeah, you can put it in full auto last tune. Nice safe win. Alright, we'll move on to the fleet. I do have my Profundity available on this account, so we'll go ahead and use that. Use HansMF Falcon, Outrider, RebelY Wing, Rogue One's most important reinforcement, then Phantom, Cassian, and Wedge. Or not Wedge, Biggs, I mean. But you're never going to get down there. Rogue One's the only reinforcement that you might call in Phantom as well, but okay, we'll use the radar dish. Just going to go straight after an Imperial TIE Bomber here. Use that third ability. Just basic him. Use the special. Yeah, we didn't get the protection disruption to stick, but still got a decent amount of assists there. Use the special. And you bring in Rogue One. I'm just going to do the basic here, make sure we kill him off. And I'll do a basic again. All we had there was basics. Go into offensive mode. And we'll bring in the Phantom. His special does a pretty high damage, so we'll use that third special, kill off TIE Advance. Now we'll go after the TIE Fighter. And we're already in ultimate. We already had the battle well in hand, but now it's impossible to lose, really. Just go and smash buttons until you get to the end. Alright, that finishes off Lothal, so we will move on to the middle planet of Kessel. For this upper left mission, I'm going to use my Leia team. The Admiral Raddus, Drogan, R2, and Cassian. And this is a full auto team. Go ahead and maybe do a little guided targeting, see if we can't pass the stuns around some. I do like to make sure that we put that ability on Leia. For some reason the AI likes to pass around to other people. It's definitely much more valuable on Leia since she takes the most turns. I don't care who he puts it on second, but the first person he puts it on ought to be Leia every time. That way he's called to assist as much as possible. And like I said, I'm just kind of spreading. Whenever my main target is stunned, I try and move it to someone else to spread the stuns around. The more people you can hold stunned, definitely the less damage you've got to worry about from this team. But even if you didn't do guided targeting like I was, it's still going to be a pretty safe win. Alright, we'll move to the Jabba mission. If you have the full team, Boba, Krrs, Boushh, and Skiff-Guard Lando, this should be a pretty easy full auto win. Not a whole lot to get worried about here. Don't even really need to do any guided targeting. Just queue them up, then let it run. Yeah, L3 is pretty chunky, but Jabba's about to get his ultimate again, and not going to be able to chunk their way through that. Oh, didn't even make it that far. Alright, so we'll move to the top right battle. This is where I use my Ahsoka team. I say team loosely, I don't have the whole team, the whole Spectre team up. But Ezra and Ahsoka are definitely enough to carry it. And then just some junk leftover tunes. I'm going to use my Clone Wars Chewbacca and ARC Trooper. I'm not using them anywhere else. And they're going to die off, but they're not necessary for this. This is a full auto win. Ezra and Ahsoka or Fulcrum are going to do some damage, and Galactic Legend Ahsoka is just too tanky for them to really be able to do much anything. If anyone else survives, if Chewie survives, you know, if Ahsoka dies off, it's not the end of the world. Ezra's going to do the brunt of the damage. Then even if you don't have Ezra, Ahsoka's going to carry it by herself. She's just too tanky for them to kill off, and her stacking armor shreds will eventually wear them down. But Ezra and Fulcrum will definitely make it safer. I don't know that I'd bring Ahsoka in here by herself with 4 junk tunes, but yeah, Ahsoka just counterattacking and dispelling our basic takes a lot of the punch out of this team. Bye, Chewie. Yeah, obviously this is a win. We'll just go ahead and focus on one just to make it a little faster, so we focus our damage instead of spreading it around. But there's nothing they can do to prevent the win at this point. Alright, so nice easy 2 out of 2. Go ahead and give the special mission a shot. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, Dark Ray, and Malak's probably the preferred. I'm going to use Bane because I already like to use Malgus in a different team, so I'll go ahead and pull Bane in here. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren and Rey are really the main stars of the show here. This is supposed to be a full auto with Malak in it. I'm pretty sure it still works with even without, but we'll go ahead and see. Yeah, you just need Kylo Ren to start swiping in his ultimate. Alright, so L337 was able to keep them off us for a little bit. Oh. Now with a 3-turn ultimate, he should be able to finish things off, I think. As long as he gets a turn, yep, that should win it. Alright, move on to the fleet battle. Got my Razor Crest in operations, but it doesn't matter because I don't use them even if I have them available normally, so let's bring in Ebon instead, but Houndstooth and Punishing One are your starting lineup. I'm going to bring Xanadu in first. The main thing, most important thing in this battle is do always basic with Houndstooth. Always basic with Houndstooth. Can't get a taunt on Houndstooth if you do anything other than basic. So go ahead and target Xanadu, and then when Punishing One does his special here, he's going to force taunt onto Houndstooth. Basic. We'll go back to Xanadu now. We'll bring in our own Xanadu and have them call Punishing One. basic. Yeah, that's not ideal, but it happens sometimes. Alright, so we got the locked debuff, so we'll go ahead and put taunt on our Houndstooth, which can't be dispelled now. We get rid of their Xanadu, which is one of the only people that can attack around taunt, and since we have the locked debuffs, we'll go ahead and bring in our Slave 1 so that we can start dropping bombs on them. Target their Razor Crest for now. If they bring out Slave 1, which they do, that becomes our priority target. Because as soon as they get the locked debuffs, then they can start dropping bombs. Do a mass assist on Slave 1. Kill him off, and then we'll go back to Razor Crest. And again, all we ever do is basics with ours. Bring in IG 2000. Basics with him. Once they have that locked buff, whenever you're targeting a breached enemy, he double taps. Go ahead and drop our bomb again. I find IG 2000 to be a little tanky, so I like to kill him last. We'll go ahead and do the heal on our Xanadu. He's looking a little hurt. Get armor shred on everyone. Or armor shred, ability block. Ah. I healed Ebon back up. We'll do the mass assist on him. And we'll just call in IG 2000. And that should finish it off. Nice, easy, consistent win. Alright, we'll come over here to Haven next. And we'll start in the leftmost battle, which is the hardest of all the battles. You can use Pirate King Hondo here, or Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. If your oEnoch has the Omicron. You can also use this, if you aren't using this team here, you can use it in Mandalore. This is a full auto team. But that Omicron is necessary. And if you can kill BT1 off, it's great. But you don't have to do guided targeting, but I'll go after 000 next. HQs. I think HK should be dead to brain worms now. And the second wave is essentially the same as the first wave. And let's try and get BT1 out first. But even if you're not doing guided targeting, it should still be a win. And I'll go after 000 next. Actually, T3 is looking pretty run down there. Let's finish him off. Haven's definitely one of the zones where you want to make sure you have your operations filled, because these battles are a lot more difficult if you don't have them filled. For this next battle, I'm going to use my Grand Moff Tarkin with my clone troopers. They're all Relic 9 for the raid. This mission can go south sometimes. It's not the easiest one. I'd really like to get a healer out first. Yeah, we'll go after one of these healers. I'm gonna try and kill one of these guys off while they have Order 66. It's just a lot. They take more damage from. Darn it. Well, let's see if we can get that guy gone while he still has Order 66. Alright, so at least we got one of them off. So I'm going to go back after the healer. Want to avoid doing the taunt, because you really want them to kill your Nightfall trooper off. If they kill the Nightfall trooper off, then they get Death Mark. And when they get Death Mark, obviously it's a lot easier to kill them then. Alright, so like he just killed off my Nightfall trooper. Unfortunately, he just killed off Scorch as well. But oh, now leave Tarkin alone, because that is a loss condition. Oh, and this is going to be a loss. Yeah, things didn't go well this time. I'm just going to put on auto to finish this off. Without Tarkin, there's no chance of winning. Alright, so we will move to the bottom mission here. And I run my mercenary team. The Baylan, Shin, oMarrok. I run out with Hondo, and this is where I bring Malgus in as a tank. You need the Omicron on oMarrok. He's the big damage dealer. So every time somebody does a special ability, we're going to go ahead and, let's see, we'll put captive on this guy. Oof. Lucky he didn't kill him. We would have lost Hondo right there. Let's do a basic with her to call oMarrok in. And so we want to attack him last. Let's do a basic here. I think if I call him the droid, it dispels all their buffs, so then we can go after this guy. Let's see, that's the taunt, right? Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get taunt up. And we'll go ahead and call in oMarrok. And then we can kill him off. So Rex is the one who's going to do the most damage. We can go ahead and do the stun on him. We didn't get the stun, but we killed him anyways. Ezra's the next biggest damage dealer. Kill him off. Get an armor shred on Kanan because he's just going to be a pain in the butt. Dodged. It's typical. Yeah, let's go ahead and call in oMarrok on Chopper. We'll dispel their taunts. And they'll finish off killing off the healer there. That's an AE, so that should kill off both the healer and call in oMarrok. Yep. Nice easy win. Alright, so for this top right mission, I'm going to use my pirate team. Got Hondo, Shmi, Vane, Silvo, and Brutus. And this is a full auto team. I do like to just keep an eye on Vane, make sure he's not getting too many stacks of brain worms, and if he does, have someone clean him off. You get stacks of brain worms when someone attacks you, and as a tank, he's going to have a lot of people attacking him. Then they act as dots where you get damage, but if he does die off, you should be able to bring him back with Pirate King Hondo. I don't think there's a no revive mechanic associated with them. But he's only got 6 stacks. If he got up to 8 or 9 stacks, then I'd probably get worried. And again, Rex is probably the person to target first. He's the one who can do his Rexolate and take people out. Then Ezra's the next biggest damage dealer. Yeah, I normally go after the healer next. Lots of assists. Pretty safe battle. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do the special mission. The Reva Grand Inquisitor, 7th, 8th, and 5th. I think this is the same as the last one. It's should be full auto, but we're just going to watch Reva for the stacks of brain worms. If she starts getting too many stacks, then we'll go ahead and use someone to cleanse her, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. Probably want to target Sabine first, instead of jumping around like I was doing. after Sabine is dead, go back to Sabine. After Sabine's dead, you're going to want to go to Ezra. He's the next biggest damage dealer. And don't sleep on Zeb. Zeb can do some surprising damage, so as soon as Ezra's dead, you want to go after Zeb. Alright. And again, you want to kind of keep an eye on the brainworms on Reva there. If she gets close to 10 stacks, you're going to want to use the take it off auto and use the event special with someone else to clean her off. Alright, so that finishes off Haven. We're going to move over to Zepho. We only have one mission open. It's the Jedi Knight Cal mission. I like on both my accounts, I've been enjoying this Rebel team. It's the Jedi Knight Luke team. Normally it's without Commander Luke, but I had to put Chewbacca into operation, so I will be bringing Commander Luke. You want to do the basic with Han, and then you want to do his third special. It's going to give everyone full turn meter. Have C-3PO call in Jedi Knight Cal. That way we take off the taunt. Blind everyone. Now I like to try and get speed down on as many people as possible. Going to go and use his offense ability to put armor shreds and stun everyone if possible. We'd really like to keep people from taking turns, so this guy back here, I'm going to try and slow him down. See if we can't get a stun on him. Nope, still don't get a stun, so I think he's got the most turn meter. We'll try and knock that turn meter down. We'll do a basic that should stun him. Let's see, we'll call in Commander Luke is the only one who doesn't have the translation right now. So we'll call in Han to knock down some turn meter. We'll do the third special that'll kill him off, and whenever he kills someone with that ability, he gains stacking offense for the rest of the mission. Should kill him. Yep. I'll do a basic over here to give him speed down. So so since they took a turn, they summoned in the probe droid. If we had been able to keep them from taking any turns, we'll go ahead and dispel the taunt at least for now. But if we've been able to get them from taking any turns being unstunned, then they wouldn't have been able to call in the probe droid. Going to go ahead and remove all of his... Oh, I was supposed to remove his turn meter, so we'll go ahead and try and stun him. Give everyone some turn meter. I'll call everyone to assist over here. Alright, so he is currently positioned so that if 3PO gets another chance at that, we're just going to kill him off and be done with it. And then go into the second wave. No reason to get overly cute. Alright, let's just do the basic here. Put blind to dispel the taunt and go after one of the sides. Do the offense for the armor shred. Go ahead and call in Han. Just stunned. Might as well just go ahead and do the damage, lay it down. Work on this guy since he's not stunned. And then we'll just go after Second Sister with the insta-kill. Alright, so now we're going to move over to Mandalore for our last planet. If I hadn't used the Imperial Remnant team, this would be a great place for it. I will use it there in the rest of the days, but for today, I use it on Haven, since we're trying to get stars in Haven, and this is just an optional planet. For the open CM up here, I like to use my Jedi Master Mace team. Jedi Master Mace, Jocasta, Depa, Ayla, and Temple Guard. This is a full auto team. I do a little guided targeting. You definitely want to go after Veers first. After Veers is dead, you want to try and attack Scout Trooper when you can, but he's going to hide himself in stealth fairly often, so when he invises and you've got to target someone else, actually able to kill him before he invised. So Death Trooper is the next target, and then either the Stormtroopers. Alright, so in Wave 2, we're going to go straight after Moff Gideon. If we do get out of taunt, we'll probably take a couple swipes at Dark Trooper there. Yeah, otherwise, Dark Trooper can do what he just did. And so Temple Guard is pretty tanky. Darn it, now there we go. Actually gonna go. Need to get someone killed off so we can get our damage immunity. There we go. Now we can go after Dark Trooper. Alright, so we're going to go after Scout Trooper until he invises. If he hides behind stealth, which he is right now, then we'll go after this Stormtrooper who's almost dead anyways. Alright. And finish off Death Trooper, and that's the win. And for the last mission, we'll do the fleet mission here. Use Leviathan. Not Dagger. You need to bring in your tank, Fury and B-28, and then Dagger's going to be your first reinforcement. Yep. Yeah, this is all about, the other team is extremely resistant, so this is all about trying to get debuffs on the other team so you can get to ultimate. Important, you want to go ahead and switch over to BTLY before you do this ability here. That's going to put Isolate so that they can't taunt, but it's a stuck debuff. We'll go ahead and some thermals, call the mass assist, that gets some debuffs to stick on BTLY there. We'll go ahead and do the heal right now to spell those debuffs. And we'll call in Ty Dagger. This is important because he's going to start putting unresistible dazes on people, which those dazes are going to count for our debuff cap. See all the dazes that just hit? But we aren't at 15 yet. We'll go ahead and see if we got stuck up buff immunity. So now that he's dead, we'll switch over to oMarrok. Do a basic. You're going to try not to put any damage on Anakin because you don't want them to one second. So you want to target. You do want to target Anakin here because you want to stun him when you call in Mark 6. But then we're going to switch back to oMarrok to do the damage, and we're going to do the third special. We don't want to kill him off because we don't have our ultimate open yet. So we need to do this so we get these unresistible debuffs. And that should be enough debuffs to get us up to the 15 cap we need to be able to close the hangars and then do our ultimate. Or, yes, do our ultimate. But until then, we're going to continue on oMarrok. If I do the insta kill right now, he's going to be down to 3 stacks, and that'll leave him open to being killed by the rest of the team. So we're going to instead do his middle ability, so he gains 10 more stacks. Now we can do the close the hangars. And keep hammering down at oMarrok there. We'll do the heal. This is actually really poor timing because they just got... Normally, they haven't had enough damage done to him, and so they don't put that buff on. So this is going to kill him, but it's not actually going to kill him. He's still alive. So, although it normally works out that he's dead at this point, it didn't this time. But it still should be a win. It's just... inconvenient that we're going to have to kill him a second time. You don't want to do either of these abilities to do damage to the rest of the team because they're all under fear. So you just want to attack one person at a time. So we're just going to do the basic. Okay. And same thing, we don't want to put the bombs on because we don't want to take them out of fear. We want them to have to use that penalty turn. Going to call him in so I can get 10 more stacks. Okay, now everyone's out of fear, so we can go ahead and start using our AEs to do damage to everyone. And now we can go right after you could have brought either ship in, would have been just fine. Bringing in Scimitar makes your whole fleet faster. Bringing in Sith Fighter lets you get a little turn meter. So now we can go ahead and do some AEs because they aren't in fear. So we'll get those thermal detonators on, which is going to make our TIE Dagger start assisting. Put the locked debuffs on, or the unresistible debuffs, I should say. And we'll just go ahead and put it in auto. All right. Well, that finishes my Day 4 combat missions. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and come back tomorrow for the Day 5 missions. Thank you for watching.